All right, are we going? Looks like we're going. Let me do some invites here. This is going to be quick, y'all. Got a quick word for y'all real quick. Just something to contemplate today. I know a bunch of y'all heading to church today. God forbid. Ooh, I mean, listen, the fact is church is a good place to start. If you ratchet, you got to get yourself together. Let the church clean you up a little bit, get you some discipline, teach you some discipline. But take the discipline and leave the doctrine, okay? That's my word for the church. Take the discipline and leave the doctrine. But I got to drop something on y'all real quick. Just a little. I might not even do many invites here. I'm just going to, because I don't even want to be long about this. I just want to say something. I was going to write it, but then some said, Jetty, just get on the live and tell the people. You ain't got to write it. It take me longer to write it by the time I write it on this little phone. And I'm trying to, hello, whoever come in the room. I can't see who's in the room, but shalom. By the time I bust open the computer, wake it up, get into Facebook and write it, I'll be done, already did this live. So we're just going to do this real quick. It's not even going to be long, but let me do some invites so that the people know it happened. Because people always talk about, I didn't know you was live and all this. So if you saw the video of the sister who was playing the violin down in Atlantic City, I took that video down because my muffin don't like to be in camera. And she was all up in the video, so I just took it down. Hope that you sold into that sister. If not, I will. I'm gonna stick her. I'll grab her business card. I hope I can find it in my purse, and I'll show it to you guys. Shoot that sister a little cash app. But all right, this is the last time down one swipe, and now this is at bop bop, and then we're gonna go ahead and go forth once I get back to the page. All right. Shalom, shalom. Welcome to the room. Hey. So it's your girl Jetty, Empress Jetty the Rebel Rouser. This is a Black Enlightenment pop-up live. So I just wanted to drop on you guys that there is a difference between a sinner and a worker of iniquity, right? A sinner, we all are sinners, right? Meaning, no one. What do you need, Muff? 19320. It's our zip code. My kids is not capitalist, y'all. They don't even know how to spend money. So dig it. Okay, so you need to know that there's a difference between someone who sins and a worker of iniquity, right? And the difference between them really is whether the sin is something that the person truly is trying to resist and falls into and is very repentant and really devastated when they fall, so that they get back up, they make restitution, they take their licks that are associated with it. They have a heart of repentance. They really are trying to turn from this thing. But oftentimes something or someone will pull them back into something that they have been, working full time to resist, right? That is all of us in some way or another. We all have something that we've been trying to not do, or something that we're trying to do that either we don't do when we trying to do it, or we do it when we try not to. Everybody has something like that, right? And Shalom, sorry about that. You still there? Okay, so we all have some area of our lives that we are something we're trying to overcome. And if you are truly like with Yah, what happens is it's always something new. Like once you conquer one thing, then you realize, oh, dag, I am ratchet over here. And once you conquer that thing, then you're like, ooh, I am ratchet over there, right? That's why the Bible talks about how we're born into sin, right? We're born into sin because the fact is the journey is a self-development journey. And so you start out in this really rough shape, right? You start out really rough in terms of your understanding of your interconnectedness with the entire realm. And so your execution of living life goes from completely self-focused to self-realized. And they're different things, right? Self-focus is when you all you can see is your own belly button. Self-realized is when you understand that you are having, and that not only are you being impacted by the world around you, but that you are having a dynamic impact on the world around you. And so the self-realized person is constantly having to get themselves together, even after they get themselves together from the last thing, because we seek to have a certain type of an impact, a decided impact on society, right? And I'm not going to say that it's because, hey, just call me when I get off of here, okay? We'll talk about your friend. But you can be self-realized and still be a worker of iniquity. I'm not trying to put like some kind of thing that where like people who realize their own potential and walk in it are not, that does not synonymous with righteousness, right? However, a person who is wicked, who becomes hugely wicked, who lives out the fullness of their wicked, is self-actualized, and they have actually done what their soul came to do, which is excel in wickedness, right? So, but life is a journey of going from self-focused to self-realized, where all you can think about is you. It's all about you. Everything's you, until you realize that you're just kind of like a tool in society for other people's experiences, right? I guess that's the difference, right? Is realizing that everything's about your experience to understanding that you are the everything of other people's experience, right? And so a sinner, if you will, or one who sins, of which we all are, this class of people of which we all fall into in some way or another, is the fact that the execution of life, in order to learn to walk, you have to learn to take a fall, right? Like a baby doesn't learn to walk without scraping up the knee, busting a little lip, all that, right? That's a part of the process of learning to walk. So that falling, that not getting it right, is what sinning is, right? And I've heard it termed as missing the mark, right? And that's a very good term for it, missing the mark, right? There was a perfect way to execute any particular scenario, and you executed it in the less than perfect way. That's a sin. That's different than a worker of iniquity, okay? A worker of iniquity, or a wicked person, or an evil one, right? A worker of iniquity, or a wicked person, or an evil one, not only do they not engage in the process of self-actualization often, but often they do, because remember, you can be self-actualized and self-realized. You can be self-realized and be in iniquity. But what they do is, when they become, what I mean is not that they don't participate in it, but when they are on that journey, the more they realize that they are the everything of someone else's story, right? The context of other people's story, they use that to other people's disadvantage, right? Never mind that whether they use it to their own disadvantage. That's just a fool, okay? That's a fool. We're putting them in a whole other category, right? We're not talking about a fool. We're talking about a worker of iniquity here. A worker of iniquity realizes they can have impact on other people, and that life is a matter of impacting one another. And so they work to make sure that their impact on other people either helps them not to self-realize or self-actualize, right? These are people who tell you lies about yourself. You're a very creative little boy, and all you do is draw all day, is draw. And instead of saying, wow, you are really a dedicated artist, and look at how much better you've gotten in the last couple of months, they come and they say, why are you always wasting your time drawing? Artists don't make no money. That's stupid. You need to learn to do something useful, right? So these people, what they do is they design their life around preventing other people from self-realization or self-actualization. They prevent other people from reaching their God-given potential. And if they do help someone to reach their potential, it is always in wickedness, right? So you're a little artist, but you also have a really hot temper. And so not only like you're going to have one person that's telling you that you're wasting time drawing all day, but then you're going to have another person who is going to always call you when some drama's about to kick off, so you could be the one to punch somebody in the face and start to fight, right? So these are the works of iniquity. The works of iniquity are to draw the righteous off of the path of righteousness. That is different from righteous people on the path who are tripping and falling and they crawling, right? They dragging each other down the path. Come on, get up. Come on. You know, it can get really a struggle. And so it's hard sometimes to know the difference between them, because when righteous folks are struggling and dragging and crawling, a lot of times we can do a lot more damage than the workers of iniquity to people, because people are expecting that we're going to be a safe space because they know us to be righteous. And so then when we fall, this is why it's important that we don't fall. It's why these notions of everlasting grace are like dangerous, because people expect the righteous to be a safe space. And so when we're off our game, like when I'm in a bad mood and I treat people that call me about stuff that I done told people to call me about, okay? But then they call me when I don't feel like talking because I'm an ambivert. I need my quiet time when I need my quiet time, and I need people when I need people. But don't mix them up, because it's problematic. When I need people and I'm lonely, I like play games with depression. And when I need quiet time and I have to be around people, I'm mean, right? So I got to work on that, right? So because people expect consistency in righteous people so that we are the safety that we're supposed to be to people in society, right? And so it's important that we learn to recognize those two groups of people, because the church has made us to believe that we're all the same in it, and we're not all the same in it. Intentions matter, right? And the direction which you face spiritually matters. Are you facing the sun and light and wisdom, or are you facing away from the sun, right? Is your back turned toward the sun? If you are facing darkness and headed in the direction into further darkness, then that's different when you have an encounter that affects someone than someone who is facing the light. Because at the end of the day, it's your heart that you are acting out. You are acting out and speaking out the contents of your heart, right? And so that is what the Most High is looking at, is the contents of your heart and your execution thereof. Do not be fooled that hypocrites are part of the righteous team. People who claim that their heart is not to harm, but they will not do the work to prevent their own selves from harming, right? Because they don't mean to do harm, they continue to do harm because nobody can hold them accountable. Because whenever you say, hey, that hurt, they say, how could you say that? I never meant to hurt anybody. Instead of saying, oh my goodness, I didn't mean to hurt you. Please tell me how I hurt you so that I cannot do it again. You see, that's two different, right? So anyway, I just wanted to point that out to you guys, right? Because if the person hurts you, you need to be able to discern whether that was a righteous person that accidentally hurt you, or hurt you by their, just by lack of an elevation, and that hurting you now is going to cause them and you an elevation of spirit. Or if it is a worker of iniquity who is literally designed to come into your life specifically to hurt you, because that's what they do, right? And not just hurt you, but, prevent you from success. And that's hurting you, like all the ways that we can hurt one another, right? So I just was thinking about that this morning. I hope that didn't get too weird and complicated, because we hear like conflicting things about the Most High, like answering the sinner's prayer and him having nothing to do with the workers of iniquity, and that the workers of iniquity prayers are an abomination to him. So how can that be true if they're the same, right? If sinners and workers of iniquity are the same, then does the Most High answer prayers or not? That's because they're not the same, right? The workers of iniquity, their prayers are an abomination to the Most High, but the sinner's prayer is precious to the Most High, because the sinner's prayer is a righteous one who has fallen and is saying, help me up, I'll do anything, get me up. Right? But the worker of iniquity, their prayer is, help me up so I can pull them down. I can't reach them. Help me up. I can't reach them. I want to pull them down. It's a different reason for wanting to get helped up. Like in real life, this is like how it is, right? The sinner is like, oh no, I fell and I took 10 people down with me. Help me up so I can help them back up, and at least get them back to where they were, if not higher up than they were, At least let me get up enough to push them back to where they started before I messed them up, At least let me get that far, Father. And the worker of iniquity's prayer is like, oh, let me get up just a little bit more so I can grab her and pull him down, or grab him and pull him down, or grab her and pull her down. And so one prayer is precious to the Most High. And he stores them kind of tears in his bottle. And he be like, don't you worry. When I lift you up, don't worry. This little fall down. Matter of fact, let me pull you down a little bit more to get a little bit more, what is it? Like when you pull a arrow back, right? You're like, let me get some more tension in that thing. Let me pull you. I know you only fell this far, but I'm going to smack you down a couple layers so that you can catapult way up. And when you shoot way up, everybody going with you. Right? Whereas the worker of iniquity who prays and prays and prays to get up and claws and scratches it up to drag somebody else down, then praying for the Most High to help them is like, they're like millstones. They're like big concrete blocks that drag them down into the abyss of their own hell. Right? So, stop just because you know somebody, you love somebody, or you're really familiar, or they're your cousin, or your mama even, I don't even care. Learn to recognize the difference between a sinner and a worker of iniquity and cut them workers of iniquity off. Because I'm telling you, the Most High is not playing. I don't know if you're paying attention to what's going on in the world, but there are protections that the Most High will put around that has already, hallelujah, put around his chosen ones. But we can come out of that protection if we are not obedient. And we are to come out from among them. Come out from among them, meaning they should not be in your circles. These workers of iniquity should not be in your circles. I know it hurts because even as I say that, I'm so sure people are imagining folks that they know good and well is exactly who I'm talking about. And I don't know. I don't know who I'm talking about. I don't know y'all life. Y'all know I mind my business. Okay. I don't know your life, but you know your life. And you know that you got some people in mind that you might have been really harsh on. And you realize this is not really a worker of iniquity. This person really don't mean no harm. They just have really sucky relational skills. Nobody ever just taught them some stuff that they should know by now. So they're really socially clumsy and a mess versus those ones that you like, that one been plotting and scheming to try to do me dirty for years. That one came into my life with the intention of bringing me down. Right? And I don't care if they were born to bring you down. Little sister, little brother, big sister, big brother. Don't underestimate the enemy's ability to launch an agent, to place an agent. Right? So, anyway, that's what I wanted to give you guys. Have a blessed one. I'm just chilling, doing what you do. I got to go clean out the car. We had a fun time in Atlantic City. Oh, that's right. Atlantic City. I got to get the card. Let me get the card for you guys. Let me get the card for you and show you the sister's card. This sister was on Atlantic City Boardwalk playing her violin, super cool violin. So I'm going to show you her business card so that if I have it, please tell me I ain't put it in somebody else's pocket. I'm good for giving other people stuff to carry. And then be like, why didn't I put it? Give me a second. Sorry. It ain't in there. And it ain't in there. Hey, I found some money. Found a couple of dollars that I didn't know I had. Well, she's like Shy, artist SHAI. Darn it, guys. I don't have her business card. I don't know what I did with it. I must have handed it off to one of the kids to hold. So that means it's in one of them bags. So when we go clean out the car, which we're going to go do now, I'll find her business card and I'll just post it on my Facebook. So just keep your eyes open for that because I do want y'all to send this sister a little cash app. Even if you send her $1, you know what I mean? $1 is $1. Shoot, that's a little bit of gas money for her to get out there or whatever, She, I took the video down because Muffin doesn't like to be in pictures and it was like a picture of Muffin. Was the thumbnail. And I'm like, well, that's not nice. Muffin's going to kill me. So I took the video down, unfortunately. But if you go to her website, she, shoot. All right, you guys just look for that post later on because I don't know what I did with her daggone card. I don't know what I did with it. But she's Shy, the artist, I think she said her website is. SHAI, I think. Yeah, but just look for it later because I don't have it. And I'm going to get off here. I'm not going to waste you guys' time searching for something that I don't know where the heck I put it because if y'all knew me, that could be a while. Anyway, have a blessed Sunday, guys. I hope y'all had a wonderful Shabbat yesterday. Our Shabbat was a beachside Shabbat, and we do ask and pray that the Father forgave us because we did spend a little money and we weren't traveling and we weren't really restful, but I definitely was worshipful. We did, I felt like the Father had given us permission to go down and enjoy the day, and that was super cool. So, anyway, I hope y'all got that lesson, and if you just tuned in and you didn't get it, check it out, okay? So it's your girl Jetty, Empress Jetty, the Rabble Rouser. This is a pop-up Black Enlightenment short, and I'm out of here. Shalom and salute. And Brother Zerubbabel, what's up, homie? I just now see you. I see some of the homies on there. What's up? Brother Mansafode. I love your work, brother, by the way. And Brother John, it's good to see you on here, too. I ain't heard from you in a long time. So we got the brothers in here today. It's good to see y'all. Jessica, if you're still on, call me, girl. I'm getting off here now. Word. Shalom, y'all. Salute and shalom. Y'all be glorified, magnified, and praised in all that you do. Be mindful. These are the end of the end times. We ain't got a lot of time for games. So get yourself right. Get away from them crazy people. Peace.